So, hello everyone, my name is Olimpiu Tuns and today I will be your host here for a new live trading session. Today we'll talk about the euro versus the US dollar, about gold, and we'll talk also about the non-farm payrolls release. Please guys, here is the risk disclaimer, please read it before we'll take a look on all markets before the non-farm payrolls released, before the US data dump, because today most likely the markets will be influenced by this US data release. Hi Adam, how are you? Can you provide your opinion on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, please? Yeah, I will take a look. Don Dada, how are you? Good morning. Yeah, hello. Kingsley, Sudhir, Kamar, how are you? Okay, so I will close this window here and we'll take a look. First of all, guys, I will take a look here on the economic calendar right now. One moment, because I have to check something. One moment. Okay, so as I told you guys earlier, today the US is to release its non-farm employment change. The specialists, the economists, are expecting maybe something like 490,000 jobs above in September, and above 235,000 jobs in August. Also, the unemployment rate, guys, is expected to drop from 5.2% to 5.1%. Also, the average hourly earnings, this indicator is expected to grow, to increase by 0.4% in September. So better than expected US data today. Also the final wholesale inventories, but these three indicators are high impact indicators, economic indicators, and most likely will shake the markets, will bring high volatility, and maybe you should stay away during this around during the US data dump, because most likely these indicators will bring high volatility, sharp movements on all markets. Okay, and if you're not an experienced trader, maybe you should stay away, and you will maybe catch something after the markets will calm down, will cool down after those releases. Okay, and personally I believe that maybe the non-farm payrolls, the non-farm employment change could maybe come in better than expected, guys, after the one moment, because I will refresh my calendar here. After the ADP non-farm employment change on Wednesday, it has reported better than expected data. So maybe when this indicator comes in better than expected, maybe the US non-farm employment change maybe today will come in better than expected as well. So personally, I'll wait maybe for the US data dump before maybe I will make decision into the markets, before taking action, before going long on short on maybe on gold, on euro versus the US dollar, on the dollar, to go long or short. So let's take a look first of all on the dollar index. One moment. Hi Irene. Yeah. Any advice against euro versus US dollar pair? May I get update from US dollar, Japanese yen short, and British pound versus Japanese yen long of Orlando's trades? They stopped outright, sir. Yeah, I believe that one moment, because those two trades that Orlando took yesterday, actually, or that closed at stop loss. One moment, because I will ask Orlando to update the groups. Okay, so yeah, those trades reached stop loss. Giovanni, hello. Still checking news regarding buy on euro versus US dollar VIP signals of no news. So Giovanni, as I've told you also on Wednesday, we don't have a euro versus US dollar trade right now, open trade, and also maybe I've also we don't have a Canadian. Actually, let's take a look here on the real account. So I've told you also on Wednesday that we don't have something like euro versus the US dollar long or Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen short anymore. Okay. Okay, I will ask also Aziz to update to update the groups. So right now, as you can see here, we don't have something in our real account. We don't have an open trade in euro versus the US dollar. We also have a buy stop actually in gold, Orlando's pending order. And we don't have something like euro versus the US dollar, and we don't have a Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen. Thank you, guys. So and also I will ask Orlando and Ziz to update the groups. Okay, thank you. The dollar index right now, it drops after failing to approach to reach again the fifth warning line of the former descending pitchfork. So maybe it could move sideways ahead of the non-farm payrolls release. But there is the history of the chat. I will take a look also on Giovanni. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your messages. I will take a look myself on Telegram, on our Telegram groups to see if there is no update. Unfortunately, I believe that Aziz closed those trades. The Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen. I believe you get. He updated the groups, and I will take a look also about as well to see if he updated or not about the euro versus the US dollar. Thank you, Giovanni. Thank you. Okay, so the dollar index right now, it moves maybe somehow sideways here in the short term, right below the fifth warning line, and maybe the traders are expecting for the US data dumped later today before taking action. Personally, I believe that the dollar index is still bullish, as you can see here. This could be only a temporary, maybe sideways movement here in the short term before jumping higher, okay? And personally, I believe that maybe better than expected US data today, later today, could could lift the dollar index, which will signal that the US dollar could appreciate versus its rivals. Kamar, gold expected dump or upward after news. I will take a look on gold as well. We'll talk about gold as well, and I will share my opinion with you guys and my analysis, because we still have actually Orlando's trade is still valid. That pending order on gold. So if you are not a VIP member and if you want to maybe to trade gold, if you want to copy that trade, to follow that trade that Orlando has sent for the VIPs, you can still become a VIP member and you can still get that trade, that pending order actually. And we'll talk about gold as well. So personally, I believe here technically that value breakout above the fifth warning line, a new higher high, value breakout above 94.50 could signal maybe potential further growth here. And I've told you that better than expected US data could maybe lift the dollar index. Also, right now the dollar index has decreased a little, even if the ISM services PMI was reported better than expected, 61.9 points, above 59.9 points expected, also above 61.7 points in the previous reporting period. So better than expected data. The services PMI, this indicator has signaled that the expansion continues into the services sector. Also, ADP non-farm employment change, I've told you that it was reported better than expected. So positive US data today could push the dollar index higher, and then maybe the US dollar will jump higher as well versus its rivals. It could signal that the dollar will appreciate versus its rivals. So let's take a look on gold. So right now the price of gold moves sideways, as you already know maybe from my analysis. It continues to move sideways. Unfortunately, it has failed again to stabilize above 1764.24. It has failed to come back above the 150% Fibonacci line. Let's take a look here. So personally, I've had here an ascending pitchfork, so it has increased within this ascending pitchfork's body. It has retested the medium line, drop, breakdown. Here, the 150% Fibonacci line represented the dynamic support. Only false breakdowns below this level, drop, and right now it has tested and retested the 150% Fibonacci line. So it remains to see. Maybe Orlando will maybe delete its pending order, or maybe it will keep its pending order in gold before the non-farm payrolls release. One moment. US oil could possibly decrease to the lower limit of the... I will take a look, Giovanni, I will take a look also on oil. I will take a look on US equities, on DAX 30, on silver as well, so on US oil, on cryptocurrencies, on majors. So I will be here for more than 1 hour. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your messages. Peters, Henry, do you also teach on how to trade in the Forex VIP? So yeah, you can learn a lot from our live sessions, from our market analysis, daily watch list, tutorials, analysis, market analysis. So yeah, you can learn a lot from our VIP content. Thank you. So sideways movement here. It has escaped from this down channel, but unfortunately it has failed here to stabilize above the former high, above this former high, above the 150% Fibonacci line. It has decreased. It has failed to stabilize below the downtrend line, below the weekly pivot point, and right now it moves sideways. And most likely the non-farm payrolls released will bring high volatility on gold as well. And personally, I believe that the price of gold could jump higher if the US data will come in worse than expected. Okay. Asman, Ali, Hassan, gold will bullish at non-farm payrolls. I don't know, man, and that's why I'm telling you right now that maybe better than expected non-farm payrolls, better than expected US data today could push the price of gold down. But not necessarily. We'll have to wait to see. And personally, I believe that only worse than expected data, US data, could send the price of gold higher. Okay, right now it moves sideways, and maybe we'll have to wait for the price maybe to escape from this pattern, from this maybe sideways movement, from this range. Maybe also it could print something like a triangle or something here. We'll have to wait. Okay, so right now the price of gold is undecided in the short term, and most likely the traders are waiting for the US data before maybe taking action. And personally, I believe that something like this, maybe breakout here, stabilization above 1764.24, above 1764.24, and also here a new higher high, a breakout, value breakout above 1770.58 could maybe signal potential strong growth here. So after escaping from this pattern, this could be considered as a reversal pattern, a new higher high here, breaking above this immediate downtrend line. A new higher high here could signal maybe potential growth, and maybe something like this here to drop, stabilize here. It could signal a potential downside movement, but right now the upside pressure, the bullish pressure, is still high in the short term, as long as the price failed here to stabilize below the weekly pivot point, below 1748.96. It has failed also to close and stabilize below 1745.35. So after this bullish engulfing, yeah, the bullish pressure is still high, and maybe the traders, the bulls, are expecting maybe for worse than expected US data to be able to push the price higher in the short term. Any feedback for US dollar, Japanese yen? I will take a look on that market as well. And I've also asked Orlando to update the groups about US dollar versus Japanese yen and about the British pound versus the Japanese yen. Thank you, guys. So let's take a look. Euro versus the US dollar. It has found support. I've told you on Wednesday on my previous live session, trading session, live webinar. I told you that here's something like a false breakdown, gray separation, false breakdown, or a minor maybe bullish pattern could signal a potential rebound towards 1.1562, towards maybe the medium line. But as you can see here, the pressure is still high around that former low, and as long as it stays below the medium line of the descending pitchfork, the pressure is still high, and the pair euro versus US dollar could drop deeper. Okay, but we'll have to wait maybe for something for confirmation in the short term before we'll take action again. Maybe this pair will register sharp moves around non-farm payrolls. One moment. So I've drawn something like an ascending pitchfork here, something like this. The price has dropped to retest my lower medium line of the minor ascending pitchfork, and personally I believe that staying below 1.1562 and the valid breakdown here, test retest, could signal a deeper drop on euro versus the US dollar. Okay. Sniper profit, gold, buy or sell. I've told you that. Thank you guys for your messages, for your comments, and I've told you that we don't have something really good right now. Actually, the VIP members, I believe that Orlando's pending order in gold was only for the VIP members, and that pending order is still valid. If you want to and we'll see, maybe we'll keep that pending order during the non-farm payrolls. Yeah, right now it's located, the price is located far below that entry. So I've told you here in gold that the price moved sideways after its failure to stabilize below the downtrend line, below the weekly pivot point, and something like a new higher high here, an upside breakout from this, maybe from this pattern, could bring us something, but we'll have to wait in gold for something. Okay, dollar index, we talked about dollar index earlier. So right now a temporary decline. That's why the dollar maybe is trading in the red versus its rivals, versus the other currencies. But I told you that the bias is still bullish, the outlook is bullish, and a valid breakout above the fifth warning line, maybe a new higher high here could really signal maybe a strong growth upwards movement, and something like this. This scenario will help us, guys, to identify new long opportunities in the US dollar. US oil for Giovanni. Thank you, Giovanni. I will hide this one from here. So if you remember, guys, I've told you that in a video analysis that I've posted and published on our YouTube channel. I've told you guys that the US oil could register here only a temporary drop, and I've told you that maybe we'll have something here from around 76.95, or here from around the medium line of the descending pitchfork, from around the medium line of the ascending pitchfork, and the price of US oil has printed only a false breakdown with great separation below the medium line, below the weekly pivot point, below 75.24, and then it has jumped higher as expected. So the price of oil is still bullish right now. Is located above the upper medium line of the descending pitchfork pitchfork around these former highs, right below the channels upside the line, and maybe something like this, maybe something like a consolidation accumulation, maybe here above the upper medium line, a test retest here could signal further growth. Right now it's too late to catch maybe or to go long, even if the price will continue to increase, but only because if this breakout will be invalidated, if the price will come back below the upper medium line to stay below under this dynamic resistance, then it could maybe develop a temporary decline again. So yeah, you'll have to wait, Giovanni, for a fresh opportunity here in US oil. May I also go get update on US 30, sir? Any chance it will come down back to 33,900? Yeah, I will take a look on US equities as well. Thank you. Yeah, Adam, I will take a look on US dollar, Japanese yen. So US oil here, after something like this here, maybe we had the chance, but personally I've had something like a long position for me, for myself, but I didn't share my trade with you guys, only because I took something like a trade with a larger stop loss, only for me, only for myself, maybe something below this former low, and but when I'll have confirmation again, if the price maybe will consolidate here, if it will stabilize above the upper medium line, and when I'll have a new and a fresh long opportunity maybe on US oil or something, I will come back with my trade for you guys. Okay, because personally I want to share my trades with you guys, only my high probability trades, only trades with great risk to reward ratio. Yeah, and you should understand that trading is different compared to sending trades to other traders. Okay, US dollar, Japanese yen, only a temporary decline. It has found support here around the 150% Fibonacci line of this descending pitchfork, and yeah, here rebound, retest of the weekly pivot point, and right now personally I don't have something really good right now here, only because it's located right below this former high 112.07 and 07. It's located right below the weekly R1 111.91. So yeah, personally I'll wait for something good here. Also, it's located right below this warning line, the first warning line of this major descending pitchfork. So personally I'll wait here for something really good. The bias is still bullish. Yeah, you should know that the bias is still bullish, and right now it has managed to come back above 111.65 former high, and maybe something here like a sideways movement consolidation right below the warning line could bring us something like a new long opportunity, maybe here in US dollar versus the Japanese yen. And maybe Steve, what happened to yesterday's trade? Signals only 1 cent and it bumped. Steve, as you already know, we don't send signals, we only send our trades. And if you want to copy, if you want to follow our trades, and if you want to also to use our trade management, it's fine. So we don't send signals, we don't send trading recommendations. We are not financial advisors. So yeah, you should know that. Okay, and yeah, there are days maybe when we send only one trade, we share only one trade per day, or there are days maybe when we send, I don't know, 3, 4, 5. It depends on what we have on because we want to send high probability trades, and with a good risk to reward ratio, and it's not we don't want to only to send a lot of trades every day which in which we don't believe or something. Yeah, so let's move on. Silver, one moment. So silver, I will hide this from here. That was a setup for me, for myself. So as you already know from my previous session or from my analysis, I've told you guys that maybe a value breakout here above the downtrend line could bring us something here, but unfortunately right now the price of silver it continues to stay right below the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. Yeah, so its failure to stabilize above it has invalidated the potential growth right now. So in the short term it moves sideways. Also the price of gold move sideways as well. Big reg and information on the euro versus the US dollar. We talked about euro versus the US dollar, but I will take a look again on that market. Thank you. So silver moves sideways also because gold moves sideways in the short term right now, and I believe that the US data today most likely will bring high volatility and sharp movements on silver as well. And I believe that maybe worse than expected US data could send the price of silver higher. So I'll wait for something. So it moves somehow sideways between 22.783 and 22.284. So escaping maybe an upside breakout, a valid breakout from this range, from this pattern, could bring us new maybe long opportunities in silver. Okay, because personally I'm still looking for buys here in silver after failing to stabilize below this support zone here, after only retesting the upper medium line of a major descending pitchfork, after jumping above the immediate downtrend line. So right now the price moves sideways. This could be considered as a continuation pattern, and personally I believe that a new higher high here, a valid breakout, something like this, also above the medium line stabilization, could bring us something like this, like a strong upwards movement. Yeah, I believe that the British pound versus the Japanese yen reached stop loss as Orlando managed its trade. It has moved its stop loss, and yeah, you are right. That trade reached a stop loss with a small loss, but as I've told you earlier, guys, Orlando will update the groups in a few minutes on his trades on the British pound versus the Japanese yen, also on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Thank you, guys. Okay, so this is my opinion here on silver. So I'm waiting for something. I'll wait for something here in silver, and most likely the US data dump will bring high volatility here, sharp movements, and a very breakout here could signal further growth. Also something like a pin bar here, or a false breakdown with great separation could bring us buying opportunity sooner here in silver. We'll have to wait, guys. Madhouse, I've just joined. Can move back to gold analyze after that pair, please. Yeah, we can talk about gold again, but please, I'm waiting for your questions if you have a question or something, because we talked about gold. Yeah. So let's talk GBP versus the Japanese yen. One moment. So Yeah, nice rally right now here in the British pound versus the Japanese yen. Let's take a look on the Japanese stock index on the Nikkei. So we had this rebound, this bounce back. So also euro versus the Japanese yen, it has registered a nice rally. Let's take a look. Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen, an important growth here. Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen, rally. New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, temporary, one moment. New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen, sorry. Nice rally. So as you already know, when the Nikkei, when the Japanese stock index increases, the Japanese yen depreciates versus its rivals. So that's why we had those upward movements on the British pound versus the Japanese yen, euro versus the Japanese yen, Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen, Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen, New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen. So but we'll have to wait here for something maybe in the Japanese stock index on Nikkei, because the pressure is still high. Yeah, despite this rebound, yeah, it has found support around these former lows, and right now it has rebounded. But maybe something like this, maybe something like a sideways movement here could bring us something, and the potential maybe further growth here in the Japanese stock index could force the Japanese yen to depreciate further versus its rival. So let's go back, the British pound versus the Japanese yen. Steve, what's your opinion on Nasdaq? I've told you that we'll take a look on US equities as well, on US 100, Nasdaq, S&P, US 500, Dow Jones, US 30. So yeah, I will take a look. Andy Smith, British pound, US dollar, I guess that is likely to be volatile during the data released today. Yeah, all majors, commodities will be volatile today. So I believe that you received the update on the British pound versus the Japanese yen from Orlando. Okay, so the British pound, Japanese yen, temporary drop here to retest maybe the upper medium line of the descending pitchfork. Right now we don't have something really good. Please take a look here. Something like a sideways movement. So the bias is bullish right now. The bias is bullish right now after escaping from the descending pitchfork's body, after retesting the upper medium line, and also after jumping above the 150% Fibonacci line, this line. But right now it's pressuring the weekly R1. So personally, I'll wait for something here, because we are still right below this former high, 152.57. So it could find resistance here around these levels. But I've told you guys that if the Nikkei, if the Japanese stock index will continue to increase, then maybe this pair will resume its growth. Okay, so yeah, right now it's still bullish, but I've told you that we have something like a sideways movement here, and personally, I'll wait maybe for the price maybe to, or I'll wait to see how the price will react around these former highs, maybe before going long or short, because something like a bearish pattern here could signal a potential drop. Muhammad, hey, what's your view on gold, bearish or bullish? I've told you, we talked about gold, and we'll take a look again on gold. We'll take a look on gold again for you guys, but give me one more month, because I want to invite more members. Maybe there are more members who want to join our live session. Maybe they are interested also in gold or something. One moment. Okay. Okay, so this is my opinion here on the British pound versus the Japanese yen. Personally, I'll wait for something. Maybe we had something here, but right now maybe it's too late to buy it. I've told you that we have this resistance zone area. So something like a bearish pattern here could bring us a new drop, and only a valid breakout above it could signal a potential further growth, or something like consolidation, accumulation here could bring us something. British pound versus the US dollar. And right now this pair continues to pressure here the first warning line of the descending pitchfork. Yeah, you can see that in the past the British pound versus US dollar failed to stabilize above the first warning line. US dollar versus the Mexican peso, yeah, I will take a look. Still bullish target, yeah, Giovanni, I will take a look on that market as well. Thank you. And also please guys, like this video right now live here. This will be helpful for me as well. This will be highly appreciated. And for the VIPs, Orlando sent you right now his trade in US oil. So if you're not a VIP member, and if you want to get or to catch this trade, you should become a VIP member for only £35 per month by accessing the link posted right below this video. So personally, I don't have something really good here on the British pound versus US dollar right now, because I've told you that personally the price for me the price is at resistance at the first warning line, something like sideways movement here, and personally I'll wait for the US data maybe before going long or short on this pair, on this market. Maybe we'll have something like this, like a sideways movement here in the short term, like a range, or something like maybe here as well, a triangle or something. So personally I'll wait for something really good here. We are still the British pound versus the US dollar is still located far below these former lows. Support levels, actually the support levels have turned it into resistance levels. So yeah, as long as it stays below these former lows, the pressure is still high. As long as it stays below 1.3670, 1.3668. One moment, because I want to check something. Yeah, so personally I don't have something really good right now, because it's risky to buy it here because it could drop. It's risky to sell it here because it could increase after failing here to stabilize below the weekly pivot point, after its failure to register a strong drop. And as long as it stays here around the warning line, the first warning line of the descending pitchfork, it could maybe make a valid breakout above it, and before jumping higher, continuing to move to the upside. Yeah, so we'll have to wait. I'll wait for something really good here, maybe after it will end, maybe, or after it could print something like a symmetrical triangle here maybe, or it could move sideways, and something like a breakout from a potential pattern here could bring us something long opportunities or short opportunities. USD and Mexican peso. So it looks heavy right now. So Here is the warning line, the first warning line of the descending pitchfork. As you can see, the US dollar versus the Mexican peso reached this dynamic resistance. It has registered only a false breakout with great separation, so it has jumped above it. It has closed at far below it. On the 4-hour chart, it has failed to stabilize above the weekly R1, 20.770, drop, rebound, but right now it looks heavy, and we cannot exclude a temporary decline here, only because the dollar index is still under pressure in the short term. The dollar index, it has slipped lower, so yeah, and personally I don't have something really good right now on this pair, because I don't like the price section right now. Maybe I will try here to draw a descending pitchfork 1, 2, and 3. So it has dropped right below the medium line, rebound, but personally I believe that only something like this, maybe a drop, something like this, temporary drop, sideways movement, and then value breakout above the upper medium line could bring me maybe something like a new buying opportunity, or something here around this support zone. Giovanni, because you asked about this pair, maybe here something like a drop, test, retest, false breakdowns could bring us something. So I'll wait, because now it's risky to buy it here, because worse than expected US data could force the price to drop, and it's risky to sell it, because better than expected data could push the price higher. Yeah, Giovanni. Marco, gold. We talked about gold. Let's take a look again on gold. Here on 1 hour, I told you guys that the price of gold moves sideways, and I told you that we still have a pending order. Also, for the VIP members, Orlando sent his pending order in gold in the previous days, and that pending order is still valid. So technically, I've told you here about gold that after escaping from this down channel, it was somehow expected to increase, to grow, but unfortunately it has failed here to stabilize above 1764.24, above the and also above the 150% Fibonacci line of a former ascending pitchfork. So right now it moves sideways within a range pattern. Also maybe it could print here something like a triangle, like a continuation pattern. And I told you guys that a valid breakout here above this immediate downtrend line, if it will jump, stabilize above 1764.24, if it will maybe also make a new higher high, to jump, to stabilize above 70.58, above the 150% Fibonacci line, could signal, and could really signal, that the price of gold could turn to the upside, could register an upside reversal. Yeah, I've told you that I will take a look also on US equities, but please guys, be patient, have patience, because yeah, I'm trying here to answer to all of your questions. I'm trying to take a look on all markets. So yeah, and I will be here for more than 1 hour, so don't worry, because I will take a look again on your messages, and I will try to answer to all your questions, to take a look on all markets. So this is my opinion here on gold. Sideways movement, an upside breakout here above these immediate resistance levels. A new higher high could signal an upside reversal, and maybe something like a drop here, new lower low, stabilization could signal potential drop. But I have to say that right now the bullish pressure is still high here after jumping above the downtrend line. Test, retest, its failure here to stabilize below it after this maybe bullish engulfing, sideways movement. So the bullish pressure, the upside pressure is still high in the short term. US 30. So US 30, we don't have something really good right now, or actually I don't have something. I told you in my previous session on Wednesday that we have something like a sideways movement. The US 30, the Dow Jones Industrial Average increased only because the dollar index has slipped lower, has retreated, and as you can see here, personally I've drawn a descending pitchfork 1, 2, and 3 to catch this retreat correction phase downside movement. So it has dropped, it has rebounded, test, retest, false breakouts above the upper medium line, then it has resumed its drop, sell off, and it has reached the medium line of the descending pitchfork here. It has registered only a false breakdown with great separation, rebound, its failure to reach the upper medium line, then it has dropped again towards the medium line, it has failed to reach it, rebound. So when the price fails to reach the medium line, it will move in the opposite direction towards the upper medium line. When the price fails to reach the upper medium line, it will move in the opposite direction to approach and reach the medium line. So right now, what I believe maybe about the Dow Jones here, technically, the index, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, failed to confirm or to activate a major corrective phase. As you can see here, it has failed to stabilize below this former low, below 33,743, yeah, rebound. And right now we have something like a range pattern or something like a sideways movement. And personally I believe that here, something like this, maybe if it will stay right below the upper medium line, if it will maybe fail to come back toward these former lows, then an upside breakout is imminent. Yeah, and something like an upside breakout here above the upper medium line, something like this, consolidation above also the upper medium line, also a new higher high, maybe to jump to close to stabilize above 35,067. It could maybe signal a potential growth towards 35,630. Yeah, higher high, historical high, all-time high. But I believe that the US 30 could resume its growth, could jump higher, could take out these resistance levels if the US data will come in worse than expected. Yeah, and personally I believe that better than expected US data, and if the dollar index will jump higher, will resume its growth, then maybe the US 30 will drop. US 100, yeah, Myanmar, NetWeb. I will take a look on New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Thank you. Thank you. So here as well, Nasdaq, US 100, it has dropped within the descending pitchfork body. It has failed to reach the medium line, and you can see that the price has returned to the upper medium line. Breakout, aggressive breakout, and also I will delete maybe, or actually let's use yeah. So the US 100 has found support here around this former low, 14,457.9. It has rebounded. Okay, so the Nasdaq invalidated maybe a larger corrective phase towards this area, this zone here. I talked about this area, this zone, in a previous webinar. And right now, so it has registered a nice rally in the short term. It has found resistance here at my first warning line of the descending pitchfork, but as you can see here, it has failed to stay below the 38.2 retracement level, to approach maybe to reach the 50% retracement level. I will delete that one from my chart. So personally, what I believe here is that something like a valid breakout above the warning line, consolidation accumulation above 14,827 maybe could signal potential further growth here on the US 100. Yeah, because I've told you that it has invalidated a larger corrective phase downside movement after escaping from this descending pitchfork body. So personally, I'll wait for something like a sideways movement here, and also I will draw something like this. I will select another color, and as you can see, the US 100 has found a resistance here at the medium line of the ascending pitchfork. At the first warning line, we have a confluence area here, but something like this, valid breakout above the warning line, above the medium line, could signal a strong growth in US 100 as well. Kazemi, where is the best place to usually put the pitchfork? What you should do is no, there is. We cannot. I cannot say that there is a place, only a better place, the best place where to place the pitchfork. What you should do is something like this. Okay, to select 3 points, 3 pivots, 1, 2, and 3. And to draw your pitchfork, and then you will look for something like this, maybe here around the lower medium line of an ascending pitchfork, for maybe sideways movement, test, retest, false breakdowns to catch an upside movement towards the medium line, and the valid breakout above the medium line could signal potential growth towards the upper medium line. So you can use these, you can use the lower medium line as dynamic support, and if the price tests, retests it, registers only false breakdowns below it, then it could increase when you have an ascending pitchfork, okay? And you can use the medium line as a target, as an obstacle, and also the upper medium line as a potential target as well. And when you want to draw a descending pitchfork, you only select 3 points, yeah, and as well, here you can use the upper medium line as potential dynamic resistance levels, and here after drawing a descending pitchfork, if you'll have something like this, maybe right here, test, retest, false breakouts, test, retest, rejection from the upper medium line, then you could look for maybe for short opportunities with the potential maybe target at the medium line of the descending pitchfork. The lower medium line is seen as a dynamic support, potential dynamic support, as a potential target if the price continues to drop. Hi Olipi, what will be the effect of non-farm payrolls news on Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen and Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen? I will take a look on those markets again. So US 100 here. So you can draw your pitchfork on all markets, on all time frames, but maybe you will have to use it for a while to accumulate some experience, to understand how the price maybe reacts around the pitchforks lines, upper medium line, lower medium line, medium line, and what happens when the price escapes from a pitchfork's body or something like this. But you can visit our YouTube channel and you can watch our tutorials. I've posted a few tutorials about pitchfork, so please, you can watch those, and also you can read about how to use maybe pitchfork. Okay, this is my opinion here on US 100. I will take a look also on here is the warning line, the medium line. So a temporary decline after reaching these upside obstacles, it's natural, and an upside breakout, valid breakout here could signal potential growth. US 500 and so US 500, the S&P 500, here it has failed to drop below the 150% Fibonacci line. So you can see here also Humayun, Kazemi, you can see here as well. So it has increased it towards the medium line where it has found resistance, drop, breakdown, maybe here test, retest of the lower medium line, drop towards the 150% Fibonacci line where it has found support. And here right now, technically, after escaping from this range, after registering an upside breakout here, and maybe something like this, a temporary drop, test retest, maybe false breakdowns, something like a sideways movement accumulation could signal a potential growth here also in US 500. So the US equities could bring us maybe long opportunities or something. We'll have to wait. But personally, I believe that this scenario will take shape only if the US data will come in worse than expected, maybe. And also here, the US 500 is located below this immediate downtrend line. So maybe you should wait for something here, for a temporary drop here, test, retest, or something for a sideways movement or for a valid breakout here before jumping higher. Yeah, thank you. Okay, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. I will try to answer to all your questions. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And the euro versus US dollar, we talked about that market, but I will take a look again. I talked about this pair, I believe, on Wednesday. New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar. And personally, I don't have something. Please take a look here. So it has dropped. It's located around these former lows, former maybe support levels, downside obstacles. Yeah, and after its failure to stay above the uptrend line, yeah, the New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar has signaled that it could slip lower, it could resume its drop here. But around these levels here, these former lows, yeah, maybe I will keep an eye on this pair as well, because maybe around these former lows, lower lows or something, support levels, downside obstacles, maybe we'll have something like a new buying opportunity after this amazing drop sell-off. Maybe we'll have something, but as long as the price maybe stays below this immediate downtrend line, the pressure is still high and the pair could still drop. But maybe something like a major bullish pattern here around these support levels could bring us something like a new leg higher, swing higher, a new buying opportunity. So I will keep an eye on this pair as well. Let's try to draw something like this here. One moment, like descending pitchfork. So drop, as I've told you, Kazemi earlier. So when you draw a descending pitchfork 1, 2, and 3, you select 3 points. Yeah, maybe because after this amazing growth here, rally, and after the price of New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar has printed this strong and major bearish candle, you could think that maybe the price will turn to the downside. It could print and develop a bearish reversal. It could retreat or something. So that's why after this amazing rally and after the price has printed something like this, you could draw a descending pitchfork 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. So drop here. We didn't had something really good as long as the price maybe was located above this immediate low. 0.8982. Also here, personally, as I've told you earlier, I really like when the price does something like this. Okay, so when I'm drawing something like a descending pitchfork, I want the price here to do something, test, retest, false breakouts. Yeah, false breakouts with great separation above the upper medium line. Yeah. And only after something like this, after test, retest, after the price will confirm my descending pitchfork, then I could search and look for shorts. Yeah. So here after this one, so drop, and here temporary rebound, the price has registered a false breakout here above the upper medium line. Yeah. And maybe here we had something. Yeah. After this breakdown below this this low. Yeah, in New Zealand dollar versus the US, New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar, sorry. After because here it has decreased, it has failed to stabilize below the 23.6. It has rebounded, it has retested, registered only a false breakout above the upper medium line, and then here drop, valid breakdown here below the 23.6, new lower low, and then maybe we had something like a short opportunity, maybe with the first potential target at the medium line. And right now, as you can see, it has registered a valid breakdown below the medium line, drop, test, retest, hold breakouts, downside continuation, and here the lower medium line of the descending pitchfork is in as a potential downside target as well. Here I will keep an eye on this pair as well, because something here, bullish pattern, could bring us a rebound, an upside reversal or something. Myanmar, NetWeb, Euro versus, so we talked about the New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar, Euro versus the US dollar. First of all, let's take a look on the dollar index. So the current sell-off registered by the dollar index forces the euro versus the US dollar to increase right now. And I told you earlier, guys, that the pair has found support here at the inside sliding line of the descending pitchfork. So we had this drop, this new lower low, so that's why I've decided to draw a parallel line with the medium line, yeah, a sliding line, and I've placed this line here. The price has increased a little. Maybe we can place something like this here, like an upside sliding line after this drop here, rebound, drop, rebound. So we have an upside sliding line here, and the downside sliding line here. Yeah, so you can use also this inside the lines, parallel lines, inside of descending pitchfork, ascending pitchfork. You can use these as dynamic support, as dynamic resistance. You can see that after finding support here, rebound towards this upside, the sliding line, false breakout, drop towards the downside sliding line, and right now it's trapped between these two. Yeah. And I've told you earlier that as long as it stays below the medium line of the descending pitchfork, the pressure is still high. Also, as long as it stays maybe below this former low. Personally, in the short term, I've drawn an ascending pitchfork here, something like this. So 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, to catch a potential upside movement. One moment, and I will put here, and I will place here a line. So 1.1572 former high is seen as a static resistance in the short term. Yeah, and temporary growth, it has decreased to retest my lower medium line. Yeah, you can see that how the price respects this these lines, the lower medium line of the ascending pitchfork, lower medium line. Yeah, I will take a look on the Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen and also on the Australian dollar. Thank you guys. So retest, the price has confirmed my lower medium line of the ascending pitchfork. Actually, it has confirmed my ascending pitchfork. It has confirmed this lower medium line as dynamic support. Yeah, in the short term. And here, very important, maybe a new higher high, if it will jump, stabilize above 1.1572, could signal maybe potential growth higher towards the medium line, towards the upside sliding line, also towards the medium line. I've told you. But today you should be careful, guys, only because maybe because anything could happen today around US data dump. Yeah. If we were in a normal day, maybe something like this, maybe after this retest, maybe we had something on lower time frames, something like a flag channel or something, breakout, and the new higher high or something like a consolidation here would have maybe signaled that euro versus US dollar could jump higher. So maybe you should stay away from maybe you should stay away during the US data dump, and you can still maybe catch something really good later today or on Monday. But yeah, in the short term, as long as the dollar index drops, yeah, the euro versus US dollar could come back higher, could come back towards the medium line, towards the upside sliding line, and towards, we had also one moment, let's take a look on 4 hours, because this zone, this area 1.1612, 1.160202, these former lows, yeah, former support, now resistance zone, as long as it stays below it, below this area, below this zone, it could still drop, yeah. So this could still be only a temporary rebound in the short term. And also, as you already know, I've talked about something like this here, a major head and shoulders reversal pattern. It has dropped below this uptrend line, new lower lows. It has dropped also below these former lows, bearish breakdown, so the bias is still bearish. And if the dollar index will jump higher after the US data dump, then this pair will drop deeper, yeah. And I believe that a new lower low, also a very breakdown, if the price will drop and close and stabilize below 1.1527, it could signal also a breakdown below the downside, the sliding parallel line, and it could signal deeper drop towards the weekly S2, towards the lower medium line of the descending pitchfork. Guys, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, let's take a look. So, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, I will delete this one from here. So technically, and as you can see here, I've talked about this pair also on Wednesday. Please guys, like this video here right now, and if you're not a VIP member, and if you want to follow my trades, to get my trades, to copy my trades, my VIP trades, and if you want to have access to all my VIP content, you should access the link posted right below this video to become a VIP member for only £35 per month. But don't forget, guys, that we have a 30 days money back guarantee. So if you want to get out, if you don't like our services, our VIP services, if you don't want to be part of this VIP team, you can get out if you want. Yeah. So Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, I've talked about this downtrend line, breakout, test, retest, this failure to stabilize here below the downtrend line. Let's take a look, something like this. Also, please take a look here. So it has increased after retesting my lower medium line. So temporary growth, test, retest, a new higher high here, signaled potential growth towards the medium line. Yeah, here in the first attempt, it has failed to hit the medium line. It has dropped it, right? And that's why personally I could placed something like a sliding line here. So here further growth, it has jumped above the downtrend line, above the medium line, then it has decreased. Yeah, after its failure here to make a new higher high. Yeah, after this candle here, it was it has signaled that the buyers are strong in the short term and that the price could drop. It has dropped it. It has failed here to stabilize below the downtrend line. It has registered only false breakdown with great separation below and through the inside sliding line, and then right now it has jumped above the medium line again. It has registered here a new higher high. Yeah, so breakout, a new higher high, temporary drop, and here it has failed to stabilize below the medium line. So right now the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen is bullish. Yeah, after stabilizing above the medium line. And personally I want to clone this and I want to place it here. So only because after this rally, so the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen has found resistance here. That's why I want to use an upside sliding parallel line here. Yeah. And right now, the price, the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, is pressuring, it challenges this dynamic resistance. So we have something like an up channel between the downside sliding line and upside sliding line, yeah? And it could continue to increase around maybe the medium line. Maybe if it will maybe find resistance here, it could drop to retest it before jumping higher or something like this, yeah? And personally, I believe that the upside scenario, the upside bias, or actually the Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen could turn to the downside, or the price action could invalidate maybe further growth only if the price maybe will, I don't know, drop, stabilize below the medium line, and after making a valid breakdown below the sliding line, then it could drop. Yeah, it could signal that the upside movement is over, it has ended. But I told you guys that personally right now it's risky to buy it here, because a false breakout could bring the price down. Yeah, and that's why maybe I'll wait for something here for a temporary retreat, decline, maybe to retest the weekly R2, the medium line, before jumping higher, before considering going long. Because personally I want something like this. I want maybe the price to drop a little, yeah, before and to print something like a false breakdown, to print a consolidation, to develop something like a range here, because personally I want to hide maybe my my stop loss maybe below this new low, something like this. Yeah, after a new low here, after a temporary drop, after printing something like a bullish pattern, I want to hide my my stop loss below potential low here. Let's talk also about the Australian dollar versus the US dollar before talking about the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. So if you remember, I've posted and I've uploaded video analyses in our YouTube channel talking about potential inverse head and shoulders pattern on the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. So I've told you yesterday that I don't want to go long as the price stays below 0.7316, because I've told you that the price could come back to maybe to retest this potential neckline, yeah, this downtrend line or something like this. So drop, test, retest. Right now the pair is fighting hard to stabilize above this potential neckline, and something like this, a new higher high. If the price will jump, close, stabilize above 0.7324, above the R1, then maybe this this pattern, this reversal pattern, will be activated and confirmed. Yeah, and let's measure this pattern. So around, I don't know, 130 pips. This pattern, this reversal pattern, and I told you also yesterday that if this pattern will be confirmed, then it could, one moment, so something like this, maybe 130 pips, it could increase at least towards 0.7429. yeah, can we go long on Australian dollar Japanese yen, sir? I will take a look on that market and on that pair as well. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry guys. So can we go long on Australian dollar versus the US dollar? So right now, no. Personally, I will stay away as well, only because anything could happen. Yeah, this is a reversal pattern. Yeah, and but unfortunately today the price will be driven or moved by the US data. So you should be careful later today. In I don't know, in 2 hours and in 2 hours and 15 minutes, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. So you should be careful, because anything could happen. Yeah, personally I believe that maybe better than expected US data, also after the ADP non-farm employment change, ISM services PMI, better than expected data. I believe that positive US economic data today, better than expected data, could force maybe the pair to drop. We'll see. Yeah, no one knows what will really happen, but I believe that maybe worse than expected data could confirm this pattern. So worse than expected data. If the dollar index will continue to drop in the short term, then most likely we'll have something like this. The price euro Australian dollar versus US dollar could make a new higher high, could confirm this pattern, and could resume its growth. We'll have to wait. And if I'll decide, guys, to maybe to go long on this market, on this pair, I will share my trades, my trade with the VIP members. So if you are a VIP member, you will get my trade. If you want to copy my trade, if you want to follow my trade, and if you want maybe to follow my trade management. Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Yeah, we'll see. So Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Personally, I don't have something really good right now, only because this pair is almost to approach to reach this former support zone resistance area. So I'll stay away because it's risky to buy it here, even if the price will jump higher. But it's risky because false breakout here with great separation, a bearish pattern here could signal a potential downside movement. Yeah. So Australian dollar, Japanese yen. I don't have something really good right now. Maybe we'll have something if the price comes back to retest, to move sideways above 81.43, this former high. Maybe we'll have something, but we'll have to wait. Yeah. Let's take a look again. Sorry, guys. On the Japanese stock index. So I've told you that if the Nikkei maybe will move sideways to stabilize above the weekly S2, above the lower medium line, then it could maybe jump higher, and the potential growth here registered by the Nikkei could signal that the Japanese yen could depreciate versus its rivals. Yeah. So right now the Nikkei is located right below this immediate high, below 28,317.2. So a breakout above it could signal further growth, and something like this. Medium line right now the Nikkei tries to stabilize above the medium line of the minor ascending pitchfork, and I believe that something like this, a new higher high, could really signal potential strong growth. And if this scenario will take shape, then the Japanese yen will depreciate versus its rivals. You can look for maybe for shorting the Japanese yen. Okay, guys, I will end my webinar right now here. Thank you for being here, for joining me. Or if you have more questions, please, I'm still here, and I will try to answer to your questions. Actually, so gold continues to move sideways. We don't have something really good right now. Let's take a look also on cryptocurrencies. Or actually, let's start with, let's take a look on DAX 30. No, we don't have something really good here. Unfortunately, when I don't like the price action, when I don't see anything really good, I will stay away. I'll stay away. I don't want to force it to identify something, to identify something. Maybe here in DAX, guys, I've drawn an ascending pitchfork 1, 2, 3, hoping that I'll catch something. One moment. Do you have any idea? Whatever as this will run trade during non-farm periods data release, so that one can adjust the signal start settings accordingly. I don't know. I don't know. IT consulting group. Rwanda. I don't know. Adam Queen, thank you as well. Thank you. I don't know if Aziz will run trades. Maybe he will run. I don't know, because personally I'm not the one that manages Signal Start. So I don't know, but I believe that Aziz has trades all the time in that Signal Start. Okay, DAX. So I've drawn an ascending pitchfork here, hoping that maybe I'll catch something. But unfortunately, and as I've told you earlier, the price jumped higher without confirming my pitchfork. Yeah. So personally, I would have liked, as I've told you, the price to confirm my pitchfork, my ascending pitchfork here. Testing, retesting the lower medium line, registering only false breakouts. Breakdowns before jumping higher. So personally, I'll wait here for something, maybe for a sideways movement, consolidation, maybe for the price to come back down before jumping higher, and maybe to retest my lower medium line before jumping higher. I will keep an eye on DAX as well, but I don't have something really good right now. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for your time. Lovely content, Olympio. See you next time. Next one. Yeah. Hope we'll all be profitable with non-farm payrolls tonight. Yeah. I really hope. And personally, I'll keep an eye on all markets. And if I have something, I will share my trades with you guys, with the VIP members. Maybe before the non-farm payrolls if I see something, or maybe during non-farm payrolls if maybe the data will come in better than expected or worse than expected, or maybe later today after the markets will calm down, will cool down. Yeah. So thank you guys for being here. Let's take a look also Bitcoin right now. Yeah, upside continuation, guys, in Bitcoin. As you can see here, it has jumped above upper medium line, above this former high, above the 50% retracement level here. Actually, it's not 50%, sorry. After above this former high, sorry, I'm a little tired. Above this former high, 52,956, it has found support here at the 50% retracement level. And after this sideways movement, breakout above the medium line, above the 23.6, aggressive breakout through the upper medium line, above this former high, temporary decline, and yeah, the bias is bullish here on Bitcoin, guys. And yeah, here as well, it has failed to stay below the 150% Fibonacci line, and now stabilizing maybe above the R2, above the 150% Fibonacci line, could signal further growth here in Bitcoin. Ethereum, it has reached resistance here, 36.77, the R1, the former high here, and but personally I believe that if the price of Bitcoin continues to grow, then Ethereum will jump higher as well towards fresh new highs. Yeah. Dogecoin. Yeah, temporary drop here, one moment, because so maybe something like this. Maybe we had something like a pattern here in the short term on the Dogecoin versus the US dollar. So personally I believe that something like this, guys, I will delete these. So temporary growth, important growth here in the short term, temporary decline, retreat, sell off. One moment, 1, 2, and 3. So it has dropped. Here it has failed to stabilize below the medium line. Here, this low is seen as a support, 0.2423. Static support, and right now it has jumped above the immediate downtrend line from this pattern, and I believe that maybe a new higher high here could really signal a strong growth. Irene, what trade platform needed to get VIP trade alerts? I believe that we are talking about that signal start or something. Please email support if because they will help you. I don't know, with brokerage companies, platforms, or something like this. And if you want only to follow our VIP trades, our trades from the VIP Telegram group, you can place those trades. If you want to copy to follow those trades, you can place those trades on any platform. Okay, so something like this, a new higher high here could really activate maybe a larger growth in Dogecoin. But let's wait here, because it could still move sideways here after this pin bar, after this spike. It could move sideways before jumping higher. Okay, guys, I will end this webinar here and see you soon, guys. Maybe later today. Maybe Orlando will go live during the non-farm payrolls release, or maybe I will. Yeah. And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I will post maybe, and I will upload my daily video analysis later today maybe. Also, if you're not a VIP member, you can become a VIP member by accessing the link posted right below this video for only 35 pounds per month. Yeah, Aline, have a nice weekend as well. Please be careful today, Aline, around the non-farm payrolls, because yeah, this high impact event could shake the markets, could bring high volatility, sharp movements, and anything could happen. Yeah, even if you are an experienced trader, yeah, you can lose money during non-farm payrolls, because anything could happen. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Maybe see you tomorrow. Sorry. See you later maybe, and see you on Monday. Bye bye.